Hey, hi vibers. Welcome back to Tea Time with Jess. I am Jess, the creator, the founder, the she does it all at this time of High Vibe Herbals. And I am here with a message for you on joy, 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 joy. Yes, that is what we're talking about today. And I just felt like this was the message. This is the message for the day because it's so necessary. I recorded this. You would not believe I recorded this about 4 different times because I'm like, my energy is just not there. It's not there. It's off. It's like, what's going on? Okay. And so I found that my energy was because joy is something that I struggle with. And I had to literally go through rituals. I'm like, okay, take 1. This is what I'm going to say. Okay, take 2. I said too much. Let's do it again. All right, take 2. Still wasn't right. Take 3. And so I kept going. And, each time I got better and better. But at no time was my energy like this. I really had to allow myself to seep through energy that was holding me back. Okay. Energy that was holding me back. Okay. So now we're here. Now I'm here. And this is the official recording. Now, the thing about joy is it can miss you. I missed joy. There was a long time when I didn't feel no joy. I felt situational happiness. Yay, that worked out for me. That's what it was. It wasn't wake up in the morning. Oh shoot, you know that song? Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy? Nope, we don't do that now. We are not doing that now. Wake up in the morning feeling like I'm pretty. That's what we'll change it to, okay? And there was a long time that I didn't have that. I wasn't excited to wake up. And so we're coming off of Mother's Day weekend. I'm recording this after a Scorpio full moon. And Scorpio full moons, it's very deep. There's a lot of depth. Deep, 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 dark waters. That's what you can think of. Emotional waters. The stuff that you don't even want to see. You don't want to spend time to experience. You don't want to take time for it. I love the fact that Empress Karen Rose, if you follow her on Instagram, she said it's a time to reclaim ourselves. Who has your soul? Is it you? Because if it's not you, you got to get it back. Get it back. Do you feel like yourself? Do you feel whole? Because now's your time to feel whole again. Now is our time to cut the cords. I say every day, every time. It's always a good time for that. But it is time to cut the cords of what doesn't serve you. Okay? Once you cut those, once you unearth what has been suppressed, then you have room for the Jubilee. Then you have room for rejuvenation. Then you have room for revitalization. Then you have room to see all of the blessings that God has for you. Because what happens is you have anger, sadness, resentment. This didn't work out. That didn't work out. Okay. Everything just piles up. Anyway, so everything piles up, right? And then you can't see nothing. Then you the only thing I see is everything that isn't me. And who are you? You are the expression of love. And if you do not feel that, it is time to unearth that. Watch this clip. Watch this clip now.
What does hidden depression look like?
Ooh, so hidden depression is not like the typical depression. When people think of depression, they think of someone crying, not getting out of bed. But hidden depression hides behind being pathologically productive. So imagine, a single mom to take care of her kids, working at her job, and she cannot slow down. People depend on her. So what does she do? She shows up to work with a smile on her face. She's showing up for others, but she feels no joy. And it's something called anhedonia. It's a scientific term that I study in my lab. People don't even know it exists. So hidden depression doesn't necessarily look sad, but it doesn't feel joy. It feels empty.
And I don't. Oh, go ahead.
I have a friend who just experienced that, right? And he called me with like he had just hit the lottery though. It was unusual. I don't like to say weird. It was so unusual. He called me, he said, "Yo, I just figured something out." I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Yo, I've been depressed all this time. I'm depressed." And I'm like, why you want a steak or a cookie? Like, why are you so excited about it? Like, this is not good news. He was like, no. Like, I'm not suicidal or anything. I've just been burying myself in my work. Yes. And I am the most productive, but I'm not happy. My wife, she gets no attention from me. I'm not like mentally there for my kids. And I just found out, I was talking to my therapist and he was diagnosed and he's depressed. Yeah. And it was so crazy because when you think of depression, you think of, the suicidal thoughts and sad, down, you can't get out of bed. He was the opposite, but he was still depressed. So I just found that out.
Wow.
Yeah, know why he was happy? It was because there's a term in psychology called affect labeling. When you know what you're dealing with, the uncertainty of not knowing how you feel just makes you feel so stressed. You feel like, okay, maybe there's something wrong with me. What do I have to complain about? Maybe it's my fault. But when someone tells you, no, what you're experiencing is anhedonia, it's actually a scientific symptom. Many people struggle with it. Then you feel as if, okay, it's not my fault. There's a term for this. I know what I'm working with here, so I can do something about it. And as human beings, our birthright is joy. Like joy is literally built into our DNA. And if we can't access that joy, that's a problem. So just because someone's not getting out, not, in bed and crying all day doesn't mean that it's not a problem. We have to address this lack of joy.
What are the signs of hidden depression and high functioning depression?
Yeah, so many people confuse high functioning depression with burnout. The difference is that, for burnout, let's say you go to a party and you say I'm burnt out. People are like, oh, me too, me three, right? But if you walk into a party and you say I'm depressed, people are like, oh. So when you think about burnout, right? Burnout by definition is an occupational hazard. When the WHO, the World Health Organization, classified it, it's the workplace causing the symptoms. So technically, you take the person out of the workplace, they should get better. With high functioning folks, even when you take them out of the workplace, they're not better. What are they doing? They're busying themselves on a side hustle or two. They're taking on somebody's problems. They can't sit still. They're cleaning out their house or their garage, right? Because it's not the workplace. It's not something on the outside. It's something inside that's unresolved. So this hidden trauma, this unresolved pain. So they're trying to outrun it by busying themselves. So when they sit still, they feel empty. When they're not working, they feel restless.
There is so much that I could say about that clip that you just watched. There is so much that I can say about what Dr. Judith Joseph just said to us. I felt every bit of it because I have been there. I have been in a position where I was just in the darkness, the deepest depths of darkness in a cave. Okay? Think about the movie Get Out. Think about the movie Get Out. You know what happened to the men? You know what happened to our lovely, beautiful black men being trapped down there psychologically, just a shell of themselves because their real selves were down, suppressed, down under. I know what that feels like. And I didn't have to have anyone do it for me. I allowed that. I did that on my own because I didn't know another way to function. I was in survival mode. I was in, I'm going to just get through this. I'm going to just get through the day. I'm going to figure this out. And I'm going to take care of everybody else but me mode. Okay? Unhealthy, completely unhealthy. Wow. You deserve to be nourished. You deserve to be nurtured. I want to go ahead and shout out my Keep Expecting Miracles podcast that I hope with one of my best friends, Alyssa McDonald. Keep Expecting Miracles. You can find us on YouTube for free. You can also listen on any podcast platform, Spotify, Apple, Audible, anything. Okay. We have a series on that has just concluded. So be sure to check that out. Because I had to learn how to nourish myself again. And nourishing yourself is knowing also what you need to let go. Once you know what you need to let go, and once you face the deepest darkness within yourself, you're golden. Okay. You can move on from there. And so that's what I help you do. I have learned the art of emotional alchemy. That's what I called it. Okay. That's the term that came to mind. And so I run emotional alchemy workshops where I help you learn how to do it for yourself. Okay. When it comes to emotional alchemy, I didn't learn this. I didn't set my sights on, I'm going to learn how to be better. I'm going to learn how to this. It wasn't like that. It found me. Okay. When I tell you that the hibiscus flower, if you're Mexican, flor de Jamaica, if you are from the Caribbean, if you're Jamaican like me, it is sorrel. When I tell you the way that sorrel, or American roselle hibiscus, or if you're in Florida, Florida cranberry, so many names. When I tell you that this flower chased me down, it was everywhere. It was everywhere that I turned. Okay. Everywhere that I turned when I was in my deepest depths, it chased me down. Crazy, crazy. I want to show you, I have a card deck, and it is by Adriana Ayalis. She is one of my very first herbal teachers. I took a class with her several years ago. Amazing, amazing. She made me feel like I wasn't crazy. I'm like, look, I feel like these plants do this and they do that and they do this and they telling me stuff like what? And then when she would include the plants in her teachings, it was exactly what I intuitively felt, what the plant itself communicated to me. And then I was like, oh shoot, I'm onto something. So here's hibiscus. This is her card for hibiscus. Notice that it says joy. Notice the hummingbirds, the national Notice the hummingbirds, the national bird of Jamaica. When I see that card is so beautiful. Okay. She said some real good things about it. Let me show you. Before I move into telling you a little bit more about my journey with this plant, I'm going to share this with you. This is the history of the plant. That's what's so beautiful about this too. So take a moment and listen to this. In ancient Egypt, hibiscus tea, or carcade, was commonly used to lower body temperature as a diuretic and to treat heart and nerve diseases. In Africa, it was used as a gastrointestinal healer, as it helped with constipation and liver support. In Hindu mythology, hibiscus is closely associated with the goddess Kali, the dark goddess of death, time, and change. Red hibiscus flowers are often represented as offerings to Kali, representing divine consciousness. In Mexico and Central America, it's called flor de Jamaica. Can you tell I love saying it like that? Just because I can roll my tongue. Flor de Jamaica. And has been used to make healing juices for hundreds of years. Primarily used as a tea and poultice, hibiscus has been used in beauty rituals, particularly as a face wash, as it nourishes and tightens the skin. You know what? I need to use some on my face now that I've read that. Central American midwives have used it during birth and post-birth to tighten the uterus and assist with excess bleeding. Due to its astringent properties, a pulp of the leaves helps heal wounds and incisions. Hibiscus, ruled by Venus, embodies the power of the divine feminine, grace, beauty, creativity, and harmony. Venusian herbs are those that hone the cardiovascular system, reproductive system, the blood, kidneys, thyroid, and parathyroid. Hibiscus dissolves blockages in the first and second energetic centers, opening the channels at the base of the spine, reproductive centers, and lower back. Like hibiscus, you emanate the essence of Venusian grace. You hold and cradle life. You are the nurturer. Your presence brings renewal and joy to others. Express your creativity to keep attracting this colorful energy back to you. Like the hummingbird, you are a creature of nectar, a conduit of divine love and joy. Don't shy away from your power. You are worthy of it all. Follow the dance of the hummingbird. Journey into your sadness and know that this pain is just a thread within the fabric of joy. I'm going to say that last part again. Journey into your sadness and know that this pain is just a thread within the fabric of joy. Cha, cha, cha. When I read this, oh my gosh. Man, I have said it again. If you have listened to my other episode on joy, you know a little bit about the way that Hibiscus had followed me around. I promise you, I tell you, I will always say this, that God really used this plant to speak to me and speak through me. Okay? What a beauty it is. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. That is a song devoted to in honor of Mother Earth, in honor of my God, my God, my God, I thank you. Ready to go into the depths of the darkness with me a little bit? So, here's my story. Without getting into too much details, I was functioning the way that Dr. Joseph expressed, the same way. And I didn't know that I had depression. I didn't know what I was feeling. I just knew that nothing was making me happy, no matter what I was doing, no matter where I went, no matter what changed in my life. It was a quick, oh, and then went right back to, despair. I was just caught up in despair and, of course, making myself busy, taking care of everybody else but me. Yeah. And so because there may have been small signs that I needed to change things about myself, about the way that I was caring for myself, there may have been small signs, but nothing changed for me until instead of a small sign, there was a gigantic boulder that ended up being in the form of a very, very significant betrayal. And as hard as it has been to get through that, it has been my way back to me. I needed healing before the betrayal, before finding out about this betrayal. And then I needed to heal from the betrayal. I needed to heal front way and back way, okay? Everywhere. And I wasn't aware. And it still baffles me even now that people in your life, they play a role and they have to play that role. And this is also my discovery in this because I've gone through situations that my grandmothers have gone through, that my great grandmothers have gone through, and maybe even my great great grandmothers have gone through. And unfortunately for some of my grandmothers, the stress of betrayal killed them. And that has been something that has been very difficult for me to sit with, because I can see and I understand to my bones, down to my bones, the way that can happen. The way that you can hold on to the hate, hold on to resentment, close yourself off to any kind of love, any kind of joy, because you can't trust any of it anymore. I've learned that it doesn't have to be that way. I've learned that with proper processing of the feelings that we feel It does not have to settle into the body. It does not have to take a toll on our health. We can experience things, difficult things, and we can still feel joy. We can still move on. Joy comes in the morning. Okay? Love is always there because we ourselves are the embodiment of love. You don't have to sit with what hurt you. Okay? You can know it. You know. You remember. But you don't have to sit and live through the pain over and over and over again. And a lot of times we want to take people who hurt us and just be like, get out of my life. I don't want you no more. You know? And I mean, that's anybody. It's can be bullies. It can be relationships with, romantically. It can be friendships. It can be workplace kind of thing. That can be anything, right? We want to just say, move and leave me alone. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sometimes you have to still work with the people who hurt you, who stabbed you in the back. Sometimes you still have children with the people who stabbed you in the back. Sometimes you're family and have this eternal connection with the people who stabbed you in the back. You still got to look at them. And then you have to give yourself grace. And then you have to have a bird's eye view of the situation. How do I find joy in this? That was my question. How do I find joy in this? Where do I get it from? It took many nights of crying, many tears, a lot of purging, a lot of wellness rituals, of moving the body, of dancing, of swaying the hips, of walking miles. It took a lot of water, soaking myself in water. It took a lot of embracing these plants and the love that they have to give to me, and recognizing that once I cleanse this, I can receive joy again. I can feel joy again. It took a lot of trusting God, that God didn't put me through something that I can't get through. It has taken a whole transformation. It has taken the reclamation of my soul. Okay? So what's absolutely necessary for you to recognize, because people have to play a part in your life, they have to play their role in your life so that you can transform and become the person that you have been meant to become. You don't just cut the cord on the person. You have to cut the cord on the situation. Cut that situation. Okay? It is the situation itself. It is the insidious energy that is there. Energy works through us. Okay? Energy works through us. We are not that. If you think of people who maybe, let's say you had, romantic relationship, you had someone betray you, right? Are they a person who, let's take a romantic relationship. You had someone betray you, right? But now they're married and they're doing well. And now they just seem to be, Mr. or Mrs. Goody Two Shoe, like, oh, like you didn't hurt me, And what you have to realize is an energy was working through that person. There had to be, that was a method of transformation. And it doesn't transform just you, the person who was hurt. It transforms the person who was the hurter. Okay? It transformed the person who does the action. And so when people say, like, I really don't know why I did it, like, that stuff is true. They're not lying. They probably really don't know, because the energy has to play out. It has to happen. Okay? Because you wouldn't be who you are. You wouldn't have the lived experiences that you have had without it. Okay? And this is just remembering, like, everything in your life happens for a reason. And I find that a lot of the reasons is for you to reclaim who you are. Your soul is lost. Don't let it get taken away by these negative situations. Don't let it get taken away by situations that you perceive as something that is out there to break you. Let's move to joy. Okay? Let's move to joy. Let's question, what am I to learn from this so that now I can experience love in my life? What is there for me to learn? Ask a different question, not why does it have to be me? Ask the what. Ask the how do I recover from this? How do I move on from this? Right? Not just why. Okay? Who do I become now? Who am I now? Those are the questions. Those are the questions that you ask yourself in order to facilitate a transformation that you have been inadvertently forced to travel. Like, the transformation has found you. Why? Because you wouldn't be who you are now without it. Okay? And remember, this is with any sort of situation, any sort of discomfort. Okay? Anything that is keeping you locked down, trapped in a hole, in a cave of your own misery. It was recognizing that it was my choice to be there. It would be my choice to be in that my own misery. In order for me to literally become my ancestors' wildest dreams, it was for me to go through the same situations that they went through and come out on the other side still bright and joyful. That I have finally figured out how to do this. I've finally figured out how to be well. I've finally figured out how not to have life kill me. Literally. I have finally figured it out. Okay? And you can too. I hope you have already. And that's just that I love. I cannot say how much I love sorrel so much. I love it so much. So I have two blends with sorrel in it. I have the Jamaican sorrel tisane. And remember that a tisane is a tea that is made without using a tea plant like black or green. But the Jamaican sorrel tisane is the same sorrel that that us islanders drink during the holidays, but you can now have it any time of the year. It is, perfectly blended with all the spices. And it tastes so good. You can drink it warm or cold. When I made it myself and I tried it warm, I was like, I've never had sorrel warm, but this is good. Why don't we drink it like this too? And I have the Hibiscus Jasmine blend, which originally, that's the OG. That is my wellness tea. That's what I used to call it. Hibiscus Jasmine is my wellness tea because it's beautifully balanced, delicate florals, plus the tang of the hibiscus. Man, it's my favorite thing to drink. And I used to drink on that every day, all the time. And I still do sometimes. It's so good. Now, what I love most about that tea, is that I actually would use it to help stop me from eating. Okay. What I love most about that tea is the way that it makes me feel. Like, you drink it, you're just, oh, this tastes good. Now, I'm working on getting that tea ready-made into restaurants. So if you can please find High Vibe Herbals on Google and give me a review. If you have tasted my High Vibe Hibiscus Jasmine Lemonade, please write a review. Please tell the world how much you enjoyed it. A 5-star review, of course. And I would love that so that I can, show the restaurants that is something that people love. My life started changing and I started to see the light after hearing from Abraham Hicks. I follow them. They refer to themselves as them. And there was one time when they said in a recording, you are waiting for things to change before you feel a certain way. Don't you realize you bring yourself everywhere that you go? The only thing that can change is you. And I said, oh, shoot. You right. You right. I had never heard that before they said it. I had never heard that. The only thing, like, I bring myself to places. I bring myself there. What? The only thing, like, I am still myself. No matter where I go, I'm still me. So if I am, feeling this way in one job, then I'm gonna feel the same way in the other job eventually, once the newness fades off. If I feel this way in one relationship, I might feel the same way in the next relationship, because I'm still the one there. I am still the one there. Which is even more so the reason that we have to cut the cords on situations, not just the people. Don't blame the people. Don't just blame the people, okay? Because a person can change and they will no longer have an energy working through them that they had when they were with you. You have to cut the cords on the situations and the way that they made them, that it made you feel. You can transform. You can do this. And you can feel joyful while doing so. Joy always comes back. Joy will return. So, I want to thank you so much for watching this week's Tea Time with Jess. And follow me on Instagram at High Vibe Herbals. Use code YouTube for 10% off on my website, www.highvibeherbals.com. And also follow my podcast, Keep Expecting Miracles. We're on YouTube and everywhere that podcasts are streamed. Anywhere that you stream your podcast, you can find us. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Oh, like and subscribe. Okay, like and subscribe. Like this video and subscribe to my channel and share if you love it. Bye.